Hello everybody, welcome to Triple Cuts 7 through 9. These are a little more complex. We're going to have to take a little more time. We're going to have to break them down a little bit more. These are a mix of some of the more challenging or dynamic movements. The first triple cut we're going to work on begins with the reinforced overhead block draw that you already know. So we're going to begin with that. You're going to draw and step forward with a full step into your reinforced overhead block. From there, you're going to turn and do a cut down. Now when you do this, you've got to develop your base, you've got to turn your body, and you've got to do your lock. So that step turns into a turn lock and a deep, solid, foundational base that's really strong and really balanced. Then you can turn the blade over and cut up again. And then you come back, step back, and when you step back, you have to increase your step with that left foot to get back to where you started, because you did a step, not a stance forward. So let's see that again. The footwork is the significant change that's happening here today. You're going to do a step with your reinforced overhead block. Then you're going to kind of maybe baby step out and turn into a nice deep lock and turn it over to a nice deep lock, clearing a path for the kukri. Step back two, and you step back to your spot. Put the sword away as usual. That is triple cut number 7. Triple cut number 8, we get into some things here we're really going to have to slow down and talk about. We're beginning to manipulate the blade within our hand during combat. So it begins with what's going to be a hammer strike grip. So it's got motorcycle grip. And we're going to have to step out left. And we're going to have to hit with the spine of the sword. And then it comes down. We know that draw. But what happens next is we're going to flip that sword back around. So the thumb's going to come over and rotate the sword over. Then you're going to do an uppercutting cut. See the uppercut? The sword belly is up high, the tip is off to the side, and the butt is facing that way. You struck someone and they're coming towards you. So you flip the sword and drive it up underneath to hold them. And then from there, you're going to turn it over and do a finishing cut. So you're lifting your opponent back up to expose him, and then turning the blade over and doing your final cut. 2. Then you got to come back and put it away. Now let's work on that. Let's take our time and let's really work on this technique. First, you're going to be doing that, remember we said the motorcycle grip. You're going to be doing the hammer strike draw, moving your left foot. When it gets down, let's talk about manipulating the sword. You're going to take your thumb and put it on the other side of your blade and push with your thumb to flip the sword over. So your edge will go from belly up to belly down by flipping with the thumb. Then you've got belly down, you can turn it into your uppercut motion. It is literally an uppercut punch. You turn up, you punch up with your uppercut, and the blade does the work in front of you. Okay? Lifting your opponent back up, you take it off, you reset, and you do a slice across. 2, and then you put it away as normal. Now, the biggest challenge here is going to be learning how to manipulate that sword. So, when we're manipulating the sword, my thumb is the secret. My thumb is the secret. I can put it on either side of my blade. And if I take my thumb off of this side and put it on the other side, I can push my sword and flip it. If I take my thumb from this side and I put it on this side, I can push with it and flip my blade without losing it, and I'm still in a good grip where my thumb goes where it belongs and my hand's where it belongs. That's the manipulation. When you're practicing this manipulation for the first time, you should be in a good stance. You should have your sword down here in front of you, where if you drop it, it's not going to hit anything, like your foot, and then you just practice. Because you don't want to let go of your sword and spin it in the air. You want to loosen your grip and spin it inside your hand. Don't let go and grab. Let go and grab. Okay? Just spin it. And that's the practice you need in order to do this, because you're going to be starting with your edge up. And you need to change that orientation. So you take your thumb, put it on the other side, and push the blade over. And now you're ready to use it again. If you do it right, your thumb will go right back to where it used to be when you flip. If you do it right, when you flip it, your grip is right what it's supposed to be. Boom, you'll have a great grip. Okay? Practice that transition just like that. Get it out here in front of you, practice it till you get really smooth with that. That's triple cut number 8. Triple cut number 9 is another hammer fist technique. Now we're going to have to break this down real slow because this is a major footwork operation. Okay? So we do the same draw, the hammer. Step out hammer. Okay? And you see how he went out at that angle to hit the person as he stands out. Now, he's going to do what is basically hooking around the head. So he's hit the person, he's hooking around the head. Look at this huge safety violation. The edge of the sword is pointing at your own face. The tip, however, must point off to the side. Do not let the tip of the sword drift into your face. Huge safety violation. But remember, what you're actually doing is putting that around the person's head. Go back to, let's start over. Put it away. So we're going to be doing the hammer strike, please. We should all be very solid at that now. Now you struck the person. That is here as you step out. And then you're going to take that sword and put it behind them. And your arm is going to come in and grab your own wrist. That support traps your opponent's head between the sword and your forearm. That's how you protect yourself from your own sword when you're making this huge safety violation. From here, technique number 3 is kind of a, we like to call it the fillet, okay? But we call it the turn. So you're going to turn your body and twist the sword up, maintaining contact with your opponent's head. So the sword will cut in and down and out and create a U shape wherever it's resting against your opponent. When you're done, you will still be reinforced. Your elbow will be in, your lat will be engaged, your spine will be up, your point will be here, your belly will be down. Then you put it away with the traditional double. You've got your eagle, you flip, you've got your cobra, and you put it away. Let's do this one again, turned sideways. You're going to step out with the hammer. Then you're going to bring it around behind and reinforce, stay right there, reinforce and grab. Your opponent is stuck. Then you're going to pull back, turning the body, shifting the weight, and turning up. 2. You've got your eagle. You've got your cobra. And you put it away. This one's going to take some time. This motion is actually not that complicated, but in the beginning it's going to feel a little awkward. Just remember that it's turning up into an uppercut. Okay? You come behind, you grab, you turn and up into an uppercut. But the turning motion is what makes it work. You've got to have your footwork. You've got to be able to turn and lean. You've got to be able to shift your weight. Look at my head moving. I'm not just doing this. When I get this, I have to shift my weight over here and shift my weight back. That's what makes it work. So you've got to shift your weight from one leg to another and back. About 70% of your weight should shift. Okay? Let's go through triple cuts 7 through 9, one time, slow at 50% speed.
Triple cut number 7, reinforced overhead, down, up, hut, hut, hut. Triple cut number 8, hammer, flip, uppercut across. Hut. 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 Triple cut number 9. Hammer, hook, fillet. Hut. 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 Hut.
Those are triple cuts 7 through 9. You should spend your time practicing these as a group until they're very smooth and very fluid, but you have not forgotten good turns and locks. Then you should add them to 1 through 6, which you should already have down really strong. And then you've got the 9 triple cuts we use to introduce ourselves to the practical application of how a kukri would be employed in a combat situation. Once you have all that done, and you've got them all strong, you can move on to the next program. Can't wait to see you there. Get training.